Thanks for joining us on Fox 9 and Fox Local. I'm Randy Meyer.
And I'm Karen Scullen. A Blue Earth County jury is beginning to hear about Adam Fravel, the defendant accused of killing Maddie Kingsbury, the mother of his children.
Rob Olson is live outside that courthouse for us tonight. Rob, this case has taken a long road to opening statements.
Yeah, a long time to get going. Jury selection began Monday last week, and it took until yesterday to seat 17 jurors. That's 12 jurors plus 5 alternates. Of course, the alternates are not known until the end of the case. The first 2 witnesses on the stand this afternoon, both from the Winona Police Department, an officer who initially responded to concerns that Maddie was missing on the day she was last seen, and then an investigator who did 2 interviews with Adam Fravel in the days that followed. Those videos shown to the jury. The first was more casual. The second got more contentious as they told Fravel his timeline just didn't add up.
A year and a half after the searches for 26-year-old Maddie Kingsbury began, both in Winona and in rural areas to the south. 14 months since her body was found in a culvert, wrapped in a bedsheet, about 40 minutes south of Winona, when 30-year-old Adam Fravel, her longtime boyfriend and father of her 2 children, was charged with murder. Fravel's trial in Mankato and this change of venue now underway. In opening statements, the prosecution said jurors would hear testimony from Maddie's friends that she'd been abused by Fravel, one seeing him hit her during a FaceTime call, that she'd begun a new relationship and had found a new place to live. She made a decision to end her relationship with Mr. Fravel, explained prosecutor Phil Prokopowicz. Defense attorney Zach Bauer told the jury this is a case about tunnel vision, about revisionist history, and about secret truths. He said investigators focused on Fravel and no one else from the start, said her friends only reported alleged abuse after she went missing and never before, that the neighbor in their duplex never heard any yelling or fighting. Jurors saw the body cam video of Fravel's first 2 interviews with police. He denied he had anything to do with Maddie's disappearance. Heard a phone call with the first officer who responded. In that, he was calm and casual, said he had no idea where she was. He said, "I don't know if I should be worried or what."
Now, in the videos the jurors were shown, too, they went over a string of text messages that Adam Fravel had sent Maddie Kingsbury throughout the day that she disappeared, that went unanswered. And again, as they went through these, they looked at the timeline of these, too. And one of the investigators told him, you know, these don't add up to us either. These look like breadcrumbs that you're putting out there to try to cover your tracks. A lot of witnesses on tap here. This trial slated to go about 3 weeks. Live in Mankato, Rob Olson, Fox 9.
All right, Rob, thank you. The Anoka County Sheriff